Jordan Long here, everybody. And today I'm going to talk about, something that, tends to happen. And I've made a video on this before. Now, in this video, it's basically mostly now the identity crisis at this point. Because you had total non-stop action wrestling for almost half of its 15 years of existence. For its being, and then switching over to Impact Wrestling, and then eventually switching over to Global Force Wrestling, and then eventually switching back to Impact Wrestling again because apparently they never truly acquired the rights to even be Global Force Wrestling. Now, is this going to make an identity crisis or an issue for its fans? No. Because as far as the fans are concerned, they chant TNAW regardless of the various names changes. They've gotten so used to chanting TNAW for most of 15 years, then chanting IW or GFW never crossed their mind to do so. So it never ever was a problem for them. You see them, it'd be like this: TNA, TNAW, TNAW. Well, don't you know it went to GSW, now it's going to be back to IW again? Don't matter. TNAW, TNAW, yeah. So it's really not actually been an issue for them. They've never actually grown to any of the names, regardless of their various names changes. And now they got their own excuses for it, of course. Apparently, before they could acquire the full ownership over everything, Jeff Jarrett took his leave of absence, and that basically ruined the purchasing process that allegedly Amprum Sports and Entertainment was going through at the time. Well, does that really have a problem? No. Doesn't seem to be a problem because now they have a legitimate reason to go back to their other previous name. You see, in the past, they didn't have any reason to switch their names 3 times. Oh, they claimed that Total Non-Stop Action Wrestling was a bad name for them. They claimed that the abbreviation TNA, that I actually felt it has been TNAW, but for some reason they just could not put it in there, was making them look bad. So they went to Impact Wrestling. Then they argued that Impact Wrestling was confusing everyone from the Farseer show Impact and the name of the subsidiary. So then they went with Global Force Wrestling. Why? Who knows? Maybe they thought by changing their name for the 3rd time it would erase everything they did wrong and every bad choice done in 15 years. But has it changed their fans? Certainly not. Their fans are still as supportive and still trying to put down WWE and its fans in every moment they get. IW's great. Impact Wrestling's great. World Wrestling Entertainment shit. And you always remember that. Yeah, especially for a working wrestling group that can't decide what they're calling themselves. Can't decide if they're Total Non-Stop Action Wrestling or Impact Wrestling or Global Force Wrestling. And now they're going to rename themselves Impact Wrestling again, but it won't matter to you people. And also coming up with the embarrassing network. Now, a lot of people are saying that some people are being too hard on this alleged streaming service. They claim that it won't just be for Total Non-Stop Action Wrestling, Impact Wrestling stuff. You just won't get impacts and explosions and pay-per-views and that. Oh, you'll get stuff from Pro Wrestling Noah, stuff from Multi-Ritual Administration, from Crush Championship Wrestling. Yeah. And apparently people are already criticizing this streaming service, and it's not even around yet. Well, people were criticizing WWE's streaming service before it even showed up, and they still criticize it. But the point goes is that no matter what they do, I don't think they're ever going to be at WWE's league. Yeah, Impact Wrestling will eventually take out World Wrestling Entertainment. That's so funny because they've been trying for 15 years to do that with action figures and video games and CDs and DVDs and calendars and whatever, and Farseer shows and all kinds of stuff. And if they couldn't do it then, they're not going to do it now. Okay? That's just my wind on this whole total non-step action wrestling, Impact Wrestling, Global Force Wrestling, whatever they want to call themselves. At this point, it's a complete identity crisis, regardless of the reasons why. I think they should just stay at their original name, because that's what everybody knew them as. Should never gone from total non-step action wrestling to Impact Wrestling to Global Force Wrestling, especially when you knew you didn't own the third name. So anyway, that's it for me. I'm Jordan Long, and I hope you enjoy this video.